want to show you what some of these vocals a cappella sound like in the chorus.
Black rain is falling down. I'm stranded on your part of town. Tracing all the lines between us. 'Cause real love won't fade away. Baby, I don't wanna lay you down.
I ran out of CPU power. That's going to happen a lot, I'll tell you what, because there's a lot of fucking plugins going on. So, when you hear one vocal harmony, like this one over here, so let's listen to this soloed up. So this little audio file that you're seeing is actually probably between 4 and 5 of maybe let's say 4, probably 4 vocals that I layered together. So listen closely. This is actually 4 vocals. So I just wanted to get that as tight as I possibly could, but that's 4 layers. So each audio file that you see over here is between 4 to 5 vocals that are bounced together. This is something that that my friend Tim Smiley, who's mixed my stuff in the past, recommended that I do. Instead of having a session that has like hundreds of vocals, just bounce things down as much as possible. So you got this one again. This is just 4 of one harmony part. That's just singing pretty powerful, right? And so I do that, but then I'd also do the same thing, 4 or 5 layers, but do something that's just like a little more, a little quieter, a little more whispery, like this. So it's also probably difficult to hear because I don't have this routed into the audio, but the idea is that they're panned opposite. So if so this one, the one that's louder is panned 60 degrees to the left. The one that's quieter is panned 60 degrees to the right. It kind of creates this weird little symmetry. So blended together, the two of them sound like this. So yeah, that's just one harmony part. That's 8 voices. And so as you start adding more layers and harmonies, so then you got this one falling down. So let me put this one and then I'll add the one that I just played for you. Falling down, between us, fade away. So yeah, I like that setup a lot. So yeah, at some point, I mean, like when the harmony goes all in, it sounds like this. But I can't help what I feel. I'm walking on a dead end street. 'Cause in my heart and in my head is you. So yeah, as you can see, this is actually my favorite part right over here. And I'm all alone in my head. So yeah, as you can see, each of these audio files represents 4 or 5 voices. So right over here, you see all this going on. So that's a lot. That's a lot of Calvero over there. Also a lot of little ear candy going on too. So yeah, with everything, it sounds like this. I wanna lay you down, but I can't help what I feel. I love this one over here. I think that just gives it so much energy. And then of course you got those doon doon ahs. I've done a couple videos on TikTok where I broke this down extensively. So if you've been paying attention to this stuff, you've already heard it. But I'll just play a little bit just because it's awesome. Doon doon ah, doon doon ah, doon doon ah, doon doon ah, doon doon ah. That's the stuff. The next thing we'll take a look at is these acoustic guitars, because it all started with the vocals and the acoustic guitars. I love the way that these acoustic guitars sound. And it is guitars plural, so let me just play you a little bit of it. So I did these pretty similarly to the way that I did the vocals, where each of these audio tracks that you're seeing over here is a mix down of a couple different tracks. So let's listen to this one soloed up. So I think that's maybe 3 or 4 acoustic guitars comped together, maybe 2 or 3, and I printed them with like some chorusing effects and some stuff going on. So that's let's hear what else we got. So yeah, there's three of those. They might actually, no, they're mixed together. And what you might not be able to hear is that I also blended these natural acoustic guitars, where I made copies of them, and then I put it through the Ableton algorithm where it warped it either up or down an octave. So that's really where you're getting that like chorusy kind of like pitchy sound. So it really sounds like like 16 guitars or something. Yeah, so a lot going on, lots of plugins. We won't go too in depth with the plugin, but I will say this plugin over here, Shep's Omnichannel, saved my ass mixing this song. You know, I've never mixed a full song before. This is a dense fucking production, and sometimes I got overwhelmed, but these just have great presets. Like this one's called Clean Up My Acoustic Guitar, and it fucking did the job. It does this thing where it has like the blue, if the knobs are blue, then those are kind of like the main ones to tweak. So this one saved my ass. At this point in the production, I've got the vocals, I've got the guitars, and so I had been wanting to work with my friend Rami Atasi. We'd never done a song together. You like my hamper over there? And so what I did was I sent him the acoustic guitar, and I sent him like I had written a riff that I demoed, and I sent him just like a bunch of references of music that I was listening to, like the Sundays or whatever, and I told him to just go to town. And my idea was, I got the vocals, I got the guitar, let's see what Rami can come up with, and then I'll build the production from there. And he ended up sending me just like so much amazing stuff. And you can't hear all of it. A lot of it is just like buried in the production, but like I'll try to build it up with the acoustic guitar and we can take a look. So I had written this riff and I played it in the demo. And so I sent him the demo guitar, and I actually ended up using my guitar as a layer in it. But this is what I sent him. So that's me playing it clunky, and then Rami, who's an actual fucking guitarist, played this. And he just added all of these incredible layers to it too. I'll show you just kind of like everything that he gave. I used fucking everything. I'm telling you, it's all super awesome. There's just lots of crazy shit in here. Well, that one's not too crazy. There's crazy stuff. Here's a crazy one. Oh, here's where stuff gets cool. This one's fucking epic. So I had demoed this idea for like a twinkly electric guitar, and I think one of these is me playing and one of them is him. And the idea was like kind of like song for my family by the Cranberries. I was definitely thinking like very Cranberry style stuff. And so we get this in the chorus. I love this part. This is one of those things that like I tucked it back in the mix because there's only so many things that can be the focus point, but with the acoustic guitar, it's just so nice. Yeah, so then like another thing that maybe this is one of my favorite things that he did over here. He just added these like really beautiful crunchy chords. Listen to this. Oh my God. Why isn't it playing? Oh, you know what? I gotta get the bus. I'm not gonna edit this one. I'm just gonna leave. This is show business, you know? So we're gonna leave this, get this activated over here. Listen, check this out. Gives me chills, right? So with the acoustic guitar. So now when you add in the twinkly guitar, suddenly we got something going on over here, huh? Another thing that that he did when I told him that I was looking for almost like this this Friday Night Lights sort of thing, right? And he had these more like strummy guitars. Isn't that fucking beautiful? Listen with the acoustic guitar. Absolutely beautiful. And then he sent me just like weird little ear candy stuff. Like we got this reverse guitar that comes in during the doom do no I don't know if you can even hear it, but it's like Now this is something that I doubt you can hear. This is one of my favorite things in the whole song, and this is an idea from my great friend, the great late Max Parenchio. This was the last song that I was able to send to him, a new thing that I was working on, and he gave me this note where he was really excited about this song, but he didn't think that it was dark, it wasn't gritty enough. And he thought that he associated the Calvero sound with a bit of that darkness and that edge to it. And he had suggested having these kind of like distorted, washy electric guitars, kind of like Salisbury Hill, the Peter Gabriel song. And so I relayed that note to Rami, and he came up with this, that twisted bastard. It's like some death metal shit, and I grew up loving death metal, so that's awesome. But so it's tucked away, but like with everything else, it just really starts giving everything that edge and that darkness. So yeah, so these are like. So imagine just getting all of these guitars. So this was really, I don't know, let's hear what it sounds like just with like for that riff, just like that last riff with just with all the guitars that I had to work with right now. Yeah, at this point I'm thinking I have so much great stuff. As I'm like working with Rami's guitars, I'm just like sitting there weeping because it just makes me so fucking emotional and just like touches the exact emotional core that I was going for with the song. And so this is exactly where you want to be as a producer. You want to be at the point where you just have to tell yourself, okay, all I have to do is just not fuck this up. If I just don't fuck this up, then we're good. Now let's take a look at the synths. I love I don't want to toot my own horn, but I am in love with all these synth sounds that I got for this song, and a lot of these synths, that they're things, they're little details that are really tucked in the background. Now this is the Fairlight pad. This is something that I think this is a very iconic sound that you can hear in Everybody Wants to Rule the World. You can hear from Stronger Than Pride by Sade. And this is actually a pad that I had when I was messing around with the faster kind of like synth pop version, and I was able to grab that and time stretch that onto here. So it sounds like this. So that's going on in the chorus. That's like such a classic, iconic sound. I did some weird shit to it. And then, yeah, there's just like lots of pads and textures going on. You got this. Just like woozy single note stuff that's just kind of like building ambiance, texture. What else? Oh shit! This is one of my favorite things. This is like I was really going for like a Kate Bush sort of thing here. It just makes me think of like the wow 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 wow. You know what I'm talking about? The running up that hill. And then there's also like I was obsessed with this one song. All I ever wanted. You know that one? It's an earlier Kate Bush song, but she had like it's kind of like this whistle flute sound that I found out was from the CS80 synth, and I've got this Arturia Analog Lab which has emulations of all those synths. So I just like found this sound that I really liked this part that I think just like gives us a lot of just makes the chorus feel even more melodic. It's also kind of like an Enya thing, but it's like this. So that's in the chorus right now. So to give you context, it's like black rain is falling down, stranded on your part of town, tracing all the lines between us, so real love won't fade away. It's actually, I'm realizing it's pretty dissonant with the chorus melody, but it's just like another piece. It's not really there to be heard. So you got that. What else? This synth vocal, I love this thing, and this is like from that free stock synth expand that comes with Pro Tools. You don't always need. Sometimes your favorite stuff comes from the cheapest crap, but yeah, it sounds like this. So now all this stuff together, and you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna bring in the acoustic guitars just so that we can get a little bit of context, so that we can hear what's going on below it. All right, let's do this. So first of all, so let me mute the rest of what's going on. So with a bunch of that stuff together. You've just got some like real nice toasty organ pads going on too. So now what's going on is in the doom doom not away part. This is something that like you almost it's another thing that's kind of like more felt than heard. Oh, I gotta unfreeze this. I have everything frozen. If you know Pro Tools, you know that. Just because my computer can't handle this shit. I don't know whose could, but mine is like the cheapest MacBook you can get, and I don't know how I'm able to pull all this off. But yeah, in the post chorus, the Doon Doon Away, you have this these synth leads that are doing this kind of counter melody. It's almost like the Drive soundtrack a little bit, but with everything in, you know. And then you of course have this doodly synth at the end. This is like, as much as I love the vocals and everything, this might be like my favorite moment in the song when this comes in. I didn't realize how much I've saturated the crap out of this thing, just because to have it come out of that big moment where you have these hundreds of vocals going on and it's just like one synth. I just really had to push it to the limit for the momentum to keep going. But yeah, that's a lot of the synths and everything, and then the outro, yeah, it just keeps. Oh yeah, I have this little organ that kind of echoes the riff. And so while we're here, let me just really quickly find that the synth bass. First of all, we got two basses here. We have Rami played the electric bass, pretty straightforward stuff. No offense, it's just, you know, it's. And then we've got this. It's a mini Moog. Well, it's an emulation of that, but I wrote this bass line that I really like for that doom do I part. Rami's playing it too, so that's something that's really nice to do. If you can have an electric bass and then you can have like a synth bass under that can be really powerful. So with the context of what we have in the mix, is you got this. Okay, so I have a feeling that this is probably getting pretty long, and if you're still watching this, kudos to you, because I know this is pretty dense. Well, let's take a look at the drums, and then we'll take a look at a little ear candy. Then we'll call it. How about that? So hopefully my CPU can handle these drums. You notice that I kind of have to deactivate things. So that I can check things out one at a time. But check out all these fucking drums, you know? Let me deactivate these synths. I ruined it. Fuck. Just kidding. Okay, right? If you ever listen to Pure Moods, you probably recognize this. This was such a '90s move, like the Bittersweet Symphony or whatever. Everyone had this synth. This was, of course, I was thinking of Return to Innocence. So yeah, there's just a ton of drums. It's kind of like an interesting transformation, it was kind of difficult to have this pace because the song starts pretty it's kind of like it was very inspired by like You're Still the One by Shania Twain. It starts like this. Oh wait, no, the intro. So just trying to make it sound like a drum kit. So you got like these brushes that I got as a sample from Splice. So yeah. So then in the verse you got like the shakers. This is like the classic Sixpence None the Richer, sort of like 90s sort of thing. Nothing too crazy. And then you get like a little more stuff in the chorus. Where's this? Yeah, this is just like, I love to add little just like accents. Oh, what's that? Oh, that's like a little snare ghost. What else? What else is there? There's some, yeah, this is it. Yeah, I just like add all these little details in the frequency spectrum, like you hear that? Just to give like the backbeat a little sizzle, and you also have like this rim shot. You got 808 clap. So yeah, there's just lots of layers, but then it does like from this part to the doon doon ah eh, it has like quite the shift. So we go from So yeah, it was pretty difficult to kind of have such a dramatic shift, but to still have the song have a flow to it. But yeah, these toms. So yeah, those are pretty slamming. Another thing that you definitely won't hear is Rami had sent me this stuff of just like this reverse drum. That's just tucked in the background just to give it some vibe. I don't know, like I'm trying to think if there's anything else that's particularly cool or interesting. There's a lot of kicks. We got like a stomp here. And Jesus, oh my God. What is this? 5 kicks? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 kicks. There's a lot of old school engineers shaking their damn head right now. I regret nothing. So yeah. The last thing is that we just got like a bunch of let me deactivate these drums. So hopefully you've heard enough of the drums. There's just so much stuff that, like, I don't know who wants to go into all the boring details. But yeah, we got ear candy. You know, the ear candy is the stuff that's just like the flashy little bells and whistles that give things a little bit of interest, a little bit of excitement. So it's like, I think it's fun to like sprinkle in stuff that's in like EDM music in the context of my stuff. Like, that's kind of interesting to me. So you got like sub drops. Why isn't it playing? I screwed up big time. Oh my God. So yeah, like when that doon doon ah eh part goes on, you got this big sub drop. I don't know if you can hear that. So that's going on, and then you got like classic. It's just EDM shit. This is like what a DJ does. It's like the corniest stuff ever, but in the context of Black Rain, I just think it's real cool. So that happens, you know. There's not. What are you gonna do? And then you got like all these. And then, okay, so one thing, you know what, I kind of have to bring the drums back to really show the impact of this. But there's some fun little nuances that like that now would be the only time for you to know that they exist, because they're just tucked right away. So yeah, so let me show you a couple things that I did. Well, first of all, you gotta hear how this sound, all this DJ stuff sounds with the drums, because it's pretty sweet. See, now we're really getting that energy. But so I have a couple things going on to enhance the beat. We got this. So that's going on just to kind of like help give the kick and the snare some impact. So here, let me turn it way up so you can hear it. You just love to see it. And then another thing that I just love, I got like this anime sample pack. So you got like you can't even hear it. Isn't that fun? Music's fun. And then just like the very last thing I'll show you is that I sent Rami just like a mix of all the vocals, and he recorded these vocal chops. He chopped the whole thing up in Ableton. And just did like, he like reversed it, did crazy shit. So this is all atmosphere, but as you can see, you see all these little dots and everything. What I'm doing in the mix is that I'm just automating it so that it's kind of like, it's filling up some gaps, so it's giving you just like a little bit of this feeling. It's just texture. It's just texture. That's all it is. But yeah, but as you can see, it's pretty much going on for the whole damn song. And then where it really comes to shine is the outro. So wow, there we are. Comprehensive. Almost too comprehensive. One would say comprehensive to a fault. If you've watched the whole thing, wow, that's terrific. I hope you enjoyed it. It was fun for me. Again, go stream Black Rain. Now you know it almost as well as I do. And if you enjoyed this, please consider supporting me on Patreon, patreon.com/Calvero Sings. I really try to like go down and dirty about my process, and you can just come along with me week to week for the next one, because I am always working on new stuff. So anyways, Black Rain, who would have thought?